Hi and welcome to Wartson Wellbeing. It's 5:30 p.m. here in Victoria and Andrew and I are just getting ready for the evening. He's just finishing doing some painting. He's been painting some of the woodwork. The blessed doors are off of the pantry this time, and so he's been painting the woodwork so that we can hopefully get the doors back on. I don't like having the pantry so exposed because you can see all my chocolate stores, so we can run the pantry doors. Not that anyone comes around and looks because we're not letting anyone over, but I know that those doors are shut and it looks tidy and clean. Anyway, part of what I thought I would talk about today is transitions and the importance of transitions, particularly if you are unemployed like we are and therefore not really going anywhere, or if you're working remotely, which means you're at home all day and you used to be used to going out of the house and driving to work and then doing your working day and then coming home and having that definite distinction between work and home. So this is a little bit about how we can manage those things really effectively. Transitions are important even when we're little. When I was doing primary school teaching back in a former life, my class would be really settled and they'd be getting on in their tasks, and then when I would try and clear up, it would be complete chaos. I'd be like, right, okay, let's pack up, we're finishing doing art, we're now going to move on to maths, and there would be little kids, especially the little ones, wet paintings and scissors and glue sticks and kids wandering around. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And a really experienced teacher sat me down and said, the way that you transition from one thing to the next is really, really important, and you need to manage it. You can't just let it happen by chance. When I was at uni, people that lived opposite us were Paul and John, and it was in the part of the year when we were coming up towards our exams, and John, we would sit and watch him outside the house. Every single day when he was studying, he would come out of the front door and then he would walk around the block and back to his front door and in, and then he'd spend the whole day studying, and then at around 5 o'clock we would watch him come out of the front door, walk the other way around the block and come back into his house, and then he would tell us he'd actually get changed out of what he was wearing for the day of study into this is now my evening. And I think that's actually a really good way of transitioning between this was my working day and now I'm into my leisure time. And it might be that that's something that's useful to you. It could be that you change your clothes at the end of the day, even if you're working from home and no one can see you and your Zoom meetings are in your pajama bottoms all day. But having that thing of changing your clothes, that transitioning from one part of life to the next part of life can really help us be clear in our minds. What Andrew and I found is, because our days are our own, and to be honest, it's a bit Groundhog Day. It's like I wake up and go, what day is it? I'm not really sure. Is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? I'm not really sure what day it is. The thing that's really helped is, that's it, because what I was going to say is we end up then dribbling. So, kind of like lunch kind of happens whenever lunch happens, and then tea kind of happens when tea happens, and then we just continue, and then it's like blah, blah, blah. And so what we're trying really hard to do is to put some structures around that help us. So I often go out for a 5-minute walk just at the end of my day, so that when I come home I'm like, right, now I can cook tea or can put the fire together and so on. Sometimes I might have a shower at the end of the day, even though I haven't really done anything that means I'm smelly. But to get into the shower again is that transition, that switch off from what I was doing to what I'm doing now. And it's been really important for both of us to have those transition times where we go, okay, that was the working day and now this is the relaxation part. So that might be something that you find useful in your well-being. And as we transition into our evening here, put the fire on a little bit early. Put the fire on. It's a flippin' hours process to get the fire heated up, but I did that earlier on. So now we're going to be transitioning into the relaxation. The day is done. Time to just breathe out and enjoy our evening. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and hope you are staying safe and doing well. Bye.